Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at Zappchance's budget Murloc Shaman. It's been a while since we've taken a look in depth into some budget decks, but I saw this one over on Hearthstone, and I think Zappchance has done a really good job at making sure that the deck is strong, but also is relatively light as far as dust goes. You can see here that this is a deck that doesn't have any epics, so most notably the card that we're missing out on most is the Murloc War Leader, which is actually one of the strongest Murlocs, which is unfortunate. So I think that if you were looking to kind of create this kind of deck, just keep in mind that you might want to save some of your dust for these War Leaders. Regardless, I think it's really, really sweet. For those of you who haven't seen Murlocs before, it's a very, very aggressive style of deck. We're going to focus on getting under our opponent, doing a lot of stuff before they manage to do whatever powerful thing they would like to do. We've got a lot of very snowbally cards like Murloc Tidecaller, which can grow wildly out of control very quickly, and if your opponent doesn't have an answer for it, be that some removal or a weapon or something like that, or just a good board presence, they can quickly get run over by the Tidecaller. To support that, we've got some newer cards. So the Sludge Slurper is kind of shown to be one of the most impactful cards, especially for Shaman on the meta game. It's 1 mana 2/1, so it's going to trade fairly well in the early game. It's going to trade up. And in a deck like this, it can start putting on the hurt. Also gives us a Lackey, and Lackeys are, for an aggressive deck, are tremendous, especially the Evolve Lackeys and the Spell Discover Lackeys. In Shaman, the Spell Discover Lackey can just be so many different things. It's very dangerous for your opponent. We've also got Toxfin in here. Gives a friendly Murloc Poisonous, so we can dump this onto a token that's spat out by a Tide Hunter or a Soul of the Murloc. Just put it on one of our smaller Murlocs, trade upwards, especially against a lot of these mage decks that are trying to do Conjurer's Calling things with Mountain Giants and stuff like that. Could be a great disruptive tool. And the other exciting card from the latest expansion is Underbelly Angler. 2 mana 2/3, excellent stats, especially for a Murloc. It says after you play a Murloc, add a random Murloc to your hand. So I think we might have to try and high roll and really go for some sweet Underbelly Angler plays in order to try and discover those War Leaders and things like that. Or we might not need to, actually, considering we do have this really great game plan of Storm Chaser to fish up, Bloodlust or Reign of Toads, and that's kind of going to be our finishing move. Now, you might notice that the this list is a little bit different from the one that is over on Hearthstone. Once again, all the links are in the description. But that's because we've taken some of Zappchance's advice and we've cut an Acidic Swamp Ooze and a Bloodlust out of this deck for 2 copies of Ghostlight Angler. I think Ghostlight Angler is really, really important. It's a great card. If the game gets a little bit grindy, once we get to 6 mana, we can start, vomiting down 3 Ghostlight Anglers, which is especially good after your opponent hits you with a Blizzard. You can get back onto the board quickly, and it only costs you 1 resource, essentially, because it's just the 1 card. So I really like that. I think Acidic Swamp Ooze right now is, we're not seeing too many rogues, or I'm not seeing too many rogues at the ranks that we're at. And I also think that we only needed the 1 Bloodlust. Rarely do you play 2 Bloodlusts in a game and end up winning, unless you're playing them both on the same turn. So I think this is fine. That was kind of a card that I was looking to cut anyway. So I'm glad that Zappchance has kind of recognized that it's probably one of the weaker cards, the second copy of Bloodlust. Regardless, we're going to jump into some games now. We are playing at rank 5, rank 4. So whilst we don't expect to do too well, especially with a budget deck, I think it's just going to be a good, it's going to show off just how potent you can make a budget deck. I still think we can take some games off people. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, we are here with the budget Murloc Shaman up against the Rogue. And this is going to be a bit of a tough one, I think, especially with the Rogue Hero Power. Of course, we cut the Acidic Swamp Ooze and we immediately hit a Rogue. I think I'm going to keep... maybe we send the Toxfin back. We'll send it back. Not 100% on the mulligans here. We did get 2 Tidecallers, which is... gonna be okay, especially if our opponent doesn't have a... One drop. Do you just lead with one Tidecaller? I think we'll just lead with one. See if our opponent overreacts. Face. What? Maybe they've got like an SI7 or something? Kind of want to get this Grimscale Oracle out. Yeah, we'll take the opportunity to get an extra 2 damage in. So let's see what our opponent's game plan was with that dagger to the face. They had a backstab the whole time. Backstab the whole time, didn't want to backstab the initial Tidecaller. It's a risky business, friend. He can re-dagger as well. This is a nice efficient turn from our opponent. Fortunately, they are pretty high on the health, and we've lost a fair bit of momentum, so we might have to lean on Rain of Toads. Especially if our opponent has a... It doesn't even have to be a good turn here. They can just have the Discover a Spell Kobold and kill one of our Murlocs, and
so many
that's a totally reasonable turn. So surprised they didn't backstab that initial Murloc. That sucks. Kind of want to play both these Ghost Lights, and we don't have any Murlocs for our Underbelly Angler. I guess we could attack Lackey.
I wonder.
Totem. Maybe we just go Underbelly Angler, Kobold Lackey, and hope that this lives. Yeah, we might just have to. I think this is definitely a game where we're going to have to take some risks. Pick? Pick would be very bad. Yep. Poison. Face. Oh, this is great. Oh, unless this prep eviscerate kills it. Kills this. Oh. Still, what's this guy in hand? Is this Leroy or something? Part of me really wants to go for a totem, because if we hit the taunt totem, it's gonna be real bad for our opponent. It's gonna be a real unfun time. Then again, maybe this Rain of Toads is gonna be enough to brickwall our opponent. Guess we should have considered placement for unidentified contract. It could definitely be Greenskin. No combo. Oh, it bounces it back and then combos it with itself. Okay. Interesting. Hopefully they don't get the rush one.
Bubble, bubble. Road is a ribbon of moonlight. Bubble, bubble.
Your mind from its bonds.
Maybe Tasty Fin Soul. Well, I guess with this forest guide out, we've got to be aware that our opponent has access to plenty of reach, so we really should get this Rain of Toads down as soon as we can. What life drinkers in there too? That's so interesting. So maybe we go like Toxfin, trade. I do want to kill this forest guy just because he's pretty threatening. Alright, so our opponents used one Eviscerate, one Life Drinker. We're on 12. Did we not attack face that last turn?
I wonder.
I wouldn't doubt that I totally missed attacking face. Backstab. Our opponent is Gonehad. Slipperino. Can we get lethal off of it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What would we need? Something ridiculous. Wouldn't even kill him if we got the. Yeah, we don't even have space to play the lackey. Still got 2 toads up. But I could have prep vanish, and then something. Still have a prep left in the deck. It would need to be something intense though.
I wonder.
Because even prep vanish Leroy is only going to be 9. Prep vanish Leroy deadly poison, even though I think they've played both deadly poisons. Once on the pick, once on this. I mean, that's 9 mana, but
So
still only
many
11.
options. I get it.
Maybe played it a bit risky there. Possibly should have gone for the toads a turn earlier, or we should have tried to clear that forest guide a bit earlier, especially after our opponent played Life Drinker. Like, so risky. Anyway, we got there. GG's. Well played to our opponent. Nice. Budget decks. Solid. Alright. Here with the against the Warrior with Zappchance's budget Murloc. I think we'll just keep the Sludge Slurperino. Okay, interesting kind of hand. Lead off with the Sludge Slurper. Hopefully we can find something that doesn't get us wrecked by an Eternium Rover. Do like the Faceless Lackey, especially if our opponent doesn't have a 1-drop here. That 1-drop's fine. Frog. We'll go face here. I mean, we could trade, but keeping the Murloc around might be helpful if we need to trade up. And again, if our opponent has like coin Raging Worgen, trade here, then It's not too great. Coin augmented Elec. Interesting. We could go Grimscale Oracle, Soul of the Forest, Soul of the Murloc, Soul of the Forest.
I wonder.
Same thing, right? And just start going face. See if our opponent has the chops to clear it up. Oh, we could have traded. Oh, I forgot about the spell. Oh, shh. We didn't goof at all. Azuriel? Why does it feel like there are no more rogue decks in Hearthstone? I don't mean rogue class, just unusual decks. I think there are definitely unusual decks. You just gotta find them. Yeah, there's lots of, like, I think if you're searching in some places, you're only gonna find good decks. It sounds really weird, but I think it's true. But, you know, as the meta gets more figured out, you're definitely right. Like, there are less and less rogue decks. It's a mech. We're gonna get wrecked by Dynamatic. I think we've got to be aggressive. Everything just feels so linear now. I mean, that's what happens. The metagame gets figured out. People gravitate to more consistent decks, and decks that have better matchups against the other decks that people are playing. I think if you want a game where, you know, no decks are the same or anything like that, I think you should consider checking out Keyforge. I think Keyforge is a fantastic system for those of you who don't like the idea of maybe playing against the same deck multiple times in an event or something like that.
I wonder.
What are we going for here? Kind of want to go for Toxfin Cold Lights here, so we can Ghostlight Angler as the response to their bigger turn. No, we can't really take advantage of it though. So I think we might just go like Totem Seed. Some weird trades happening here. Weird trades. But I'm just deadly scared of any Warpath or anything like that. Sideshow. Alright, lately it's been a terrible Warlock deck using Betrug. Oh my gosh, I want to see that. I really wanted to see Betrug. But it's a lot of fun so the losses don't sting. That's... yeah. That's the main thing. If you find a fun deck, just... if you find a fun deck, the losses don't hurt. That's totally true. Very off-meta warrior deck that makes use of the Underbelly Ooze. And lots of the Profit for Punishment cards. Ooh. Have found this rotation particularly fun for off-meta decks and experimentation. Oh, there you go. Bit of a different take. Ghost in the Machine, what's going on? Good to see you around. When did you get back from your last trip? And where did you go? Come on, give me a 1. Give me a 1. That's right. Wrong order though, but well done. Ooh. Getting the good stuff. Alright. Now we're at the point in the game where our opponent does have to do a bunch of stuff. February. Was that before or after Underworld? After. It was after, right? Alright, Ziliax. Welcome to the battlefield. Interesting, our opponent didn't go for the magnetic there. Would have been sick. Do we go for both of the Tide Callers?
What to do?
Or just one? Maybe we just go for the Toads here? Yeah, we'll just go Toads. Oh. Damn it, Frog. We could have... Oh my gosh. Keep forgetting about this Frog. Silly me for not playing enough Magic Dart Frog in my Murloc Shamans. I want to go back so badly to the States. So much theme parks and wrestling. Before I went to the one with all the Fatal 4-Ways. I have a bone to pick with you. You're not following me. Am I not? Yeah, I can fix that. I'm so very surprised. Why does it say that we are friends, though? It says that we're friends, but I'm not following you. It's real weird. Real weird. Anyway, back to the video game. Do we go for it? That's the question.
I wonder.
I guess we kind of have to go for it, right? Just hope that they don't have another brawl or something. Maybe we can just save the Ghostlight Anglers. Alright. Not too confident against a deck that has 2 Dynamatics, usually 2 Warpaths, usually 2 Brawls. Not too confident. I originally wasn't streaming. What's...
Light the fuses!
Oh, there's one of our friends.
I'm fast and furious!
Yeah, not great. Turns out Dynamac's a pretty good card.
It's time for a little blood.
We're gonna try once more, bait out another board clear, and try and get him with the Ghostlight Anglers. Oof. Another LX. We got 3 bombs in our deck.
Rush the enemy! Defend Gilneas!
Come on, fish. Alright, we've got some friends. I was really hoping to hit another Ghostlight Angler off of that. But yeah, going back to talking about the off-meta decks and the rogue decks, I think there are definitely off-meta decks out there. Just inherently, you know, it's a Hearthstone is a fairly competitive game that has a lot of people who are very interested in being competitive about it, which means that people figure things out pretty quick. And when they figure things out, they're aiming to go for a powerful deck. They're not aiming to go for a fun deck necessarily. Storm Chaser or Bloodlust off the top. All right. Have we played both of our toads? I don't think we have. So we're like 50-50 to kill our opponent here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Give me that Bloodlust. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of bombs in our deck. Oh, that's tremendous. That's real funny. And by real funny, I mean I'm devastated. Don't be sad. Well, let's just say I did not expect that. I totally forgot that those bombs cost 5 mana. But yeah, the game gets figured out, and people figure it out because they want to win. They want to get to the top rank of Legend, and you get there by playing consistent and powerful decks, and consistently powerful decks. You don't get there by playing the fun roguish decks. But yeah, usually if you kind of scroll through like a couple of pages on Hearthstone, or if you pay attention to guys like some of the more interesting deck designers out there, they're usually pushing out some pretty interesting stuff, especially in Wild. A big shout out to Solemn and all of the other people working on a lot of those sweet Wild decks. I'm trying to do the monster math. Oh, no. I needed that one. Did a pretty good job. Pretty good job. Fortunately, I think the security rover is GG, right? Like, we can never really beat through this, and we're gonna summon a bunch of 1-power minions for it to always be getting the taunts off. The taunts themselves usually trade with our minions. I've been trying Spirit of the Bat in the Betrug Warlock deck. It's made for some huge minions after using Plot Twist or Solarium. All those copies that Betrug makes dies, causing the spirit to boost the minions in your hand that you just drew. Ah, it's all meme, but again, very fun when it works. I like the idea. I can appreciate a deck like that. Oh, let's just draw another bomb. Yeah, there we go. Right on time, Bloodlust. Right on time. GG's. Well played to our opponent. I think that's a pretty rough matchup for the deck. They didn't even play any Warpaths, I don't think. So, it's something to be careful of. But I think we gave ourselves at least a couple of chances to get back in the game. GG's. Okay. Here with Zappchance's Budget Murloc Shaman. No 1-drops here. None of the 2-drops that we want. I mean, I'm tempted to keep this Storm Chaser. It's felt like in all of the games we've played, we really want to try and hit the Bloodlust or the Reign of Toads. So I think I'm actually going to keep this Storm Chaser, even though I usually wouldn't keep a 4-drop in such an aggressive deck. And actually, this could be a good example of maybe why you'd want to have the second Bloodlust in the deck. Ugh. Just to give you an extra chance to draw it, to make sure that you have it. Which, I mean, it's a bit of a balancing act, right? Like, you're definitely going to have some games where you needed it, where you draw the second Bloodlust and that's what causes you to lose. Or it's like a brick in your hand that you can't really use to get ahead on board, get more on board. Put some things on the board in order to let you win with the first Bloodlust. This raiding card. Vis. Well, they did have to prep a Vis. Oh, there's a Toads. So let's go for the Storm Chaser.
Stormy, stormy.
Got our Bloodlust, which is good. Little hi hello. Welcome, welcome. What up? Made it to rank 23. Nice. What have you been playing at rank 23? Oh, it works. Sorry, I can't be more interactive. No worries. Lurk away.
Bubble, bubble. Shall we make a storm? Double time and double.
Wow. Yeah, that's a sick one. Now, will we be able to land this rain of toads? And will it be good enough? Wow, Thug as well. Jeez. Playing some Silence Priest at rank 23. Nice. Hope may your lads be forever large. We gotta kill this Thug, because it will take over the game. Now, do I go for the soul of the Murloc, or do I just do the totems? If we soul, then our opponent will probably just trade in, but maybe that's exactly what we want them to do. And if they don't trade in, then we keep some things on board.
What?
It's not optimal, but maybe it'll distract our opponent for a turn or two, which is the time that we need to get this Toads out and start getting value off of our bodies. Our opponent also might just want to keep this Thunderhead body around. Are they going to trade with the... No. Okay. Sweet, now we get to go for Toads. In case you want to give it a whirl, his list I was running. Excellent. Let me grab this list.
Blood and plunder.
Ooh, plot twist. Where did all our Toads go? What did they do? Trade for one, hit the other, dagger the other, eviscerate the other, dagger up. Cool. Dude, where's my Toads? I really hope they kill this, because they're scared. Interested in a 1v1? Probably not today. I've got a lot of decks that I need to check out. I've got 4 decks lined up. We did start just on time today.
What to do?
I think we need a Bloodlust. I don't think we're getting away with being on 5. We'd still die to Leroy regardless, I guess. So maybe that's a reason not to have. Ugh.
Drink up me hearty!
Come on, something good. I think we have to go for the totem, try and hit taunt. Alright, still dead to Leroy. Come on. We're still so far off as well. Zap. No attack. Interesting. Ugh. So we could play this Grimscale Oracle, which is going to get us an extra 3 damage. Or we could risk it and go for the Taunt, which is pretty good. Pretty good. 1 in 3 chance to make our opponent have to have something really specific to kill us. Stoneclaw strong! I guess we could also have Earth Shocked this. But we'll save it. I mean, our opponent has played both Dread Corsairs, so I don't feel like we'd need it. Yeah, maybe we should have gone for the totem. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got out by the hairs of our chinny chin. That was a tight one. Thought we were definitely dead. I don't know what cards our opponent drew to not kill us, but that was really tight. And I think that just goes to show you how powerful some of these budget decks can be. Even though we don't have any legendaries, we don't have any epics in the deck, we're still able to give a couple of these top tier decks a bit of a run for their money and even take some games. So I think if you're out there and you're looking for a great deck to climb the ladder with, or maybe you just need some Shaman wins, or some play Murloc cards, you've got a couple of quests lying around, I think this is a great option for anyone who fits into those categories. Lots of fun new Murloc things, and definitely a bit of an upgrade path for you as well, you know, to get some of those War Leaders in here, and maybe start figuring out how you feel about 1 Bloodlust versus 2 and things like that. Yeah, if you are watching this video on YouTube, of course, all the links are in the description, including a link over to the Hearthstone deck article. Please jump over there and give Zappchance a +1 and leave a lovely, thoughtful comment, especially if you finished a quest with this, or you managed to hit rank 20 or rank 15, 10, 5, legend. You know, let them know, because I'm sure they really appreciate that a budget deck like this is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. All of my links are in the description as well, so you can come catch me here live on Twitch at Tommy_Wave, or on Twitter at Tommy_Wave as well. If you've got any sweet decks you want me to check out, fire them through over there. But until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich, and Murgurglurg. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.